Forger with RaimoGames. Going to do turn one. Should be quick. First rule of thumb: always rename your prophet. I mean, rename who is going to be your prophet, or else you get in trouble. Not sure if I remember how to do that though. Okay, you right click on them, then you press R. My god's name was I didn't reroll once. This guy's going to name. Should have rerolled once. So funny, I know. Like I said, I'm going to profit him. He has 6 of these sword guys. These stats are super solid for a medium infantry, and some short tridents. And what I'm going to do is, since I have 3 times the amount of recruitment points and resources, I'm going to look for the biggest ratio of recruitments to resources that I can recruit. These guys are 13 and 19. These guys are 14 and 19. I think I would recruit these guys anyways because of the length 3. They can repel and increase their survivability. I know these guys are 13 and 23, which kind of fits more of what I was saying, but they're 30 gold. And what I want to do is I want to try to keep some gold to not only put PD to 6, but to get mages and try to keep my try to get enough gold to get an earlier fort as possible. I'm going to get some of these guys and hope for some air 2s. I tried some runs filling in a couple of these composite bow monkeys, but that's not until I have multiple forts that those guys can come in handy. I know there's a few bit of players with lower prot and a lot of mirage or glamour. I mean, I call it mirage and mirror image. I'm so bad, but yeah, I will fill in a couple of these when I need to. But it seems like this is good to go for turn 1 recruit. This guy, in all my test games, when I'm testing expansion, he just sits in here until he can build a fort. But meanwhile, I'm going to have to go look around. I know everyone else knows exactly where everyone else starts. I'm not a big believer on looking where people start, so I never look at it, and I'll just kind of look for where the biggest problem is. I have water protecting me to my east, so I think I'm okay with leaving that for now. I have this wall here, thrown here. I think I'm going to have to, I've got 2 farmlands here. I'm going to have to head this way and kind of take a peek. As far as research goes, I've already got 1 in construction, 50 left. 1 in conjuration, 50 left. That's not bad. 1 alteration done already as well. For this game, I will be going evocation. I don't think I need to get construction 2, although I could build early feathers, research feathers. But do I want to use... Yeah, why not? I kind of got low gem income on air, so for now I'll rush this because I know what I want to do. And that's it. That's turn 1. For sure. I have this issue where I have to come back and double check even if I'm done. But I catch some things sometimes, but overall it's a nuisance. Welcome to turn 2. We got some names to read. R10 the Swordsmaster, prophet of enemy face, meet the ground, the most high. Okay, yeah. Doesn't sound like it's named. Yeah, shame. Big shame. Now I have to look up who it is so I can shame the proper person. Look what you made. You made me alt tab. It is Poulter. Wow. It's a moment of silence for this guy. Alright, Rithia. Just DM me, I'll send the files. Oh, is that talking to me? That's TX. That's me. Kosit the Spearmaster. Oh man. Force boy. SMH, buddy. SMH. Asasa. Political figurehead. The general. Okay, that's from Yanohito. Mordecai, so you got Elizabeth Bathory. Who the heck is that? Let's Google that real quick. Elizabeth Bathory. Countess Elizabeth Bathory de Exed was a Hungarian noblewoman and alleged serial killer from the family of Bathory, who owned land in the Kingdom of Hungary. Bathory and 4 of her servants were accused of torturing and killing hundreds of girls and women. Oh my god! Really? The Prophet of Bubbles, a serial killer. The Prophet of okay. Kobetsu. That's W ellipses. Polter. Named him Polter. Shame. You should. He didn't even name his own. Polter repulsor. Oh, okay. I see. Pisani's S ellipses. Name bully. And this is Cognac McAlpine. Simpo Supreme. I like it. I like it. Makes me think you got like a bunch of Mexican wrestler simps just ready to go. And then Tannendorf. That's probably Mandar. Fiken. I don't know what that means. Fiken. Or is that another shame? There's a few shames in there. Alright, well, turn 2. Yeah, I'll keep recruiting the same thing. I will put all these guys on here. The problem is that these guys are 12 move and these guys are 13. So we will do a little bit of nonsense with that. And what do we have around us? Militia, a big decent stacks of this. This could be a little harder. This probably has more resources for turn 1. I don't really need the gold, I need the resources. I don't really want to hit... but from here, I can reinforce here and take out these heavy cav, or I can go down this way. I can take out another easy fight. Yeah, okay, I think I'll go here first. So they got archers, but they're just deer tribe archers. And my guy has only 9 prot, but he does have a shield with defense 20. So I didn't think I think I got the wrong prophet on. That's okay. Oh no, never mind. It's the right one. He just has ridiculously high defense. So his shield will... I think how shield works is that it takes your parry value and doubles it to see if it gets hit by the shield or whatnot, and then it takes flat damage off. I can't remember the exact equation. So, Deer Warriors, okay. So I want... Man, I've done this 100 times this fast, but now that I'm recording, it's just like my brain doesn't work. These guys will go in yeah, I want these guys to go in front. So the problem here is if you go attack to start and not hold an attack, what happens is if they have units, like say pretend these were the deer units, if they have units at the top, they can random an attack command that while these guys move forward, these guys will run past them and then go down and kill the people here. If you do hold an attack, these guys will try to run forward, but then these guys will come up and collapse on them. But then the same thing is if they have someone down here, they'll kind of move around. It doesn't happen very often, but if it happens at the wrong time, like your first turn expanding, it can be pretty problematic. So that just this team is actually pretty easy. And if you put your commander right here, I know he can take arrow shots, but if they do say come around this way, they're actually going to come down much sooner, and they're going to connect with this group. And the benefit of making 2 groups is when they random kind of who they're going to go after, there's 1, 2, 3 things, and the commanders, I believe, have a much smaller chance of being chosen, but there's more in the pool to choose from before your commander take a hit. It doesn't come into play a lot, but it does come into play. So what you can do also is like move this guy up. You can bring him way back here. Since my guy has a smite that's across word of power, him being Astral Main, he can do smite from any area. So I'm putting him way back here instead of up close. These guys can go attack. They're slower than these guys, and these guys will catch up. And then that way they can guard this route to him. I don't foresee I've never seen it where these guys kind of move down and let a unit go by them here. So if it happens, then, well, I mean, this is me trying not to swear, trying to find a different word. I'm boned, you know, but this should work. And he will stay on research. Recruitment's still perfect. I'll just take another one of these guys because he's only 20 resources. I don't have many mages that are low resources. I think he is the lowest at 20, which is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna have to do this. Oh, it's frozen. Oh boy. I'm gonna pause, and when it fixes itself, I'll come back. Sorry, this is the problem with exporting a video, a high definition video, recording at the same time. But yeah, research is still good. I mean, no one's there to research yet. Oh shoot, one thing I never do is mercenaries. I never do mercenaries, and I probably should. But I'm not spending 220 gold on that. Who bought some? Oh, Mandar bought some mercs. Okay. Alright, well, that's turn 2. Hey, welcome back for turn 3. This is RaimoGames, and we're going to check our actual first expansion battle. Alright. I always get nervous. It doesn't matter. I could have like 400 units versus like 30. I always worry that like I'm going to watch it. I never click this to see the results. I always watch just raw. Alright. Oops. Oh, it doesn't look like they're going to get past this. Unless these guys walk. No, they're going straight for them. I was kind of hoping that they would connect a little... So this is not what you want. Generally, when on this strategy, these guys will move almost between the two, and then they'll collapse around the top. And then the other guys will collapse around the bottom and give you a nice surround. But this happens every now and then, where like 2 units get separated, so they're going to be taking all these hits. They don't seem to be taking any hits so far. These guys only do 13 damage, enough to hurt the prot if they don't do a shield hit. Yeah, this guy's already... he's mute. He'll never speak again. Oh. His buddy's dead. Oh no, he's dead. Couldn't even call out for help. Just kind of hoping he had a piece of equipment on him. So yeah, that happens now and then. Doesn't happen very often, where they kind of split 2 off. And this should have been done with no... casualties, but we have to... That's okay. It's not a big deal. Usually go for 6. I don't know why. I think someone... Well, I have a general idea why. Someone did some math or whatever to see what the minimum PD you would need to avoid certain events. I'm assuming like bandits or people retaking their lands and stuff. 6 kind of eliminates a lot of those events. Well, doesn't like eliminate them, but like really takes away some of the events that have a requirement of having PD 5 or less. You still can get those events, but it helps a lot to have PD 6. And what else? What do we got here? Holbergs. Oh man, I should blood hunt here just to create sacrilege towards Mandar. I wonder who's over up here. I'm gonna do my turn and then I'll come back and I'll talk about it. Just gonna pause. Okay, I'm back. So I decided to reinforce here using a mage to ferry 8 or 9 troops. And with these troops, I should have about 30 to go against these 70. Should be good. At least this guy can, cast false fetters or whatnot and help out with that. And he has Word of Power. I want this because it has 42 resources, and I'm locked by resources at the moment. So that is the main reason. I'm gonna have to hit one of these heavy cav soon. It's unfortunate to have heavy cav bordering you on kind of crappy. Well, this is pretty good, but at least it's not heavy cav and barbs. I've got some pretty decent ones. This is a big stack, but it doesn't look too bad. Once I break out, I got some pretty easy stuff to take out. And as far as mercenary goes, it looks like someone else has got this mercenary. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll tune in for the next turn. Alright, welcome back for turn 4. Playing Varenborg. I did one more expansion and just recruited some more guys, so it won't be too much. Let's see what's going on. 3 expected, unexpected events. Gems. Angry old lady. Yuck. Okay, I'll have to go to province on that one, and I think I have to put some PD there. But brigands aren't very strong. I think they have like short bows or slings or something, and like clubs, and they're not really armored. But if you leave 6 PD there, they're just gonna beat them up. So this said there were 70 units. Yeah, there's a fair bit. I'll probably take some attrition. Good. That's not good. So this happens when you have an attack closest on the first turn, which is what I did on this one. If you do attack close on the first one and someone routes, they will chase it all the way back, and then these archers just kind of fire on the way by. And even a bigger problem with that is that the closer you are to the archers and stuff, the higher their precision. So like, look at this, they don't miss. I thought that was a 5. So this guy should be okay, but definitely not good. The good news is if I was against a player, this would wrap around and stop them from routing, but no, it's just PD. So only 1 loss, but I am not showing my experience here with these AI, with them following these guys in the back. But overall, nothing lost too much. Let's go take a look at this. So the brigands are in this one, and this is not good PD to deal with brigands. I'm not too familiar with how that event works. Like, there's a lot of events I don't know how they work, and I can't just sit here and put too much resources into protecting this early. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to keep moving around. I don't want to. I'm pretty sure these guys could take out the amount of heavy cav here. Heavy cav don't seem to be too much of a problem for these guys. Anyways, I'll pause and I'll come back after my turn. Alright, so what I decided to do was I'm going to reinforce with the mage again here. I'm recruiting 2 commanders and some more troops here. I could actually probably change some of these to use up more resources to something a little better. Combat speed at least 13. 13. No, I think I'm going to stick with the original plan. So I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to recruit these 2 guys just so I have some commanders to start building up. I'll reinforce with my mage here and use false fetters, so when they collapse with my troop lineup, he can kind of like lower the defense or mitigate some of the damage they do. Your prophet's really good at dealing with the heavy cap provinces because he'll focus on them, and as they're running across the screen, he'll kill like 1 at a time, or he'll stun them to put them out of position. And then once these 2 collapse and take this one, I'll keep the troops on this mage, and use the troops that I'm recruiting and attack this province. I got some pretty healthy provinces here. Like 60 bodies is not a small amount, but I'm already kind of doom stacking this early. I like to avoid that, but I also dislike losing to a heavy calf province early even more. And the other benefit to having a stack like this is that if you move it here and you beat it, and then say you move here and the guy down below gets kind of cheeky already and like beelines, you know, beelines for your territory for some reason, you're not always gonna win that bump. But I found that even the bumps I don't win, I cause enough attrition for them to kind of like, oof, let's not do that again kind of thing, you know. So it kind of works hand in hand. But yeah, mercenaries, man, these guys are just eating these mercenaries up. I can't afford any of this stuff. That's okay. I'll continue doing what I'm doing. Shit, I don't want these brigands just to eat this back up because I need these resources. And that unrest hit kind of sucks because it consumes resources and the income. I probably could have gotten another guy here, but it is what it is. Keep on moving. All right, thanks guys. Hello, welcome back. We are doing turn 5. The next turn. Let's hope the expansion went well. I believe we were against heavy cav this time. Basani beat me to my turn. Oh, look, I get a spy. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look. Holy moly. Mandar. Oh, yeah. He's very economically sound using these guys. I mean, and he's saving mage turns on his cap, so he recruited this guy in any province. Like I could have done that too, instead of recruiting commanders like I did, and that way he gets to get another mage to research, and that'll compound like 10 turns. That's like what, another 100 research. So early game that's very strong, and using your cap turns to make commanders a lot of the time, if doesn't really make sense, especially if you got an early magic rush that you were relying on or you want. Nothing necessarily means that he's relying on something. These guys are pretty strong. I don't see him losing a single unit here. These guys have shields, right? Yeah, shields, defense 15, proc 15, and these guys are what? Short bows. All right, it's possible, but not very likely.
Will it blend? That is the question.
Oh, brutal. Oh, one guy got hit. For 1 damage. Wow, all of his buddies are going to be making fun of him for being the only guy. Yep, he's the standout. Alright, let's take a look at mine. Oops, almost spoiled it. Alright. Oh, that's a lot of heavy infantry. Never underestimate these guys. These guys can, with proper dice rolls, can just ruin your day, but this is not enough heavy cap to make a dent in this. Like I was saying, the profits really make heavy cap a lot easier. Now, yeah, these guys, since they got prot 14 and a shield and defense 13, these guys have attack 12. So yes, they can repel these guys, but they could be hitting both the prot and the shield for about 30 prot. So the short trident will bring that down to about 24. So they're still gonna they still can live through a few hits if they're fortunate enough to make the rolls, but it's just too many strong hits, and their stats are pretty high. What did I lose? Like 3 units, 2 units, 1 unit. Oh hell yeah! So that went really well. I do spy. Ooh, who is Tallinn? Let's see. Tallinn is Rosvia. So we got Rosvia and Mandar seeing each other at their border. At this time, in a situation like this, where they could be slow, or one of the other could be slow on communication. If you reached out to this player, right now it's Mandar, for an alliance or like a nap, probably sooner than anybody else, unless people like at the beginning saw each other's starts and they're like, all right, I'm gonna nap with you because your nation kind of, you know, is going to give me a problem or the strategy I'm going for until I get a certain magic level. You could probably nap 3 with this guy and he would take it. And same with me. Like if I just hit to a border with somebody else and then someone else is like, hey, I'm to your north or whatever, we haven't hit border yet, do you want to nap? I'd be like, you know what, that would help me solidify my forces to compete with the person that would be boarding me on this side a little harder, and then I can work on the other sections, because you can kind of like talk about with the person you're napping with borders, and don't give out too much too easily, but also don't be too adamant. You can find a happy medium. Most of the people are going after these farmlands and stuff, right? So it looks like these two might actually bump right here. So actually, I am going to go here. If Rosvia goes here, though, that might open up negotiations with Mandar to actually, I could back him up and take these two, and then he can, it'll just open up diplomacy. I'm going to pause for now, and I'll come back when I'm done my turn, and I can talk about what I did. Alright, so a bit of a risk here. So as we can tell when we're looking through the nations, there's a lot of like things that are like that might be on attack or rear in this game. There's a lot of people going for attack. There's flyers. There's multiple different kinds of cavalry units and whatnot, right? So the problem with that is you really have to have your people on hold and attack closest, and you don't want to have people on hold and attack close when you're against horse tribe cavalries, because they're just going to pepper you and pepper you and pepper you. But that's the thing. Like depending on 1, 2, 3, 4. There's somebody here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unlikely this person is going to come here, but it has happened, and it will happen again in games where this person just rushes straight up this way for some reason. It just does, or has great expanders. So just sticks out their tendrils as far as they can to gather as much resources as possible. So this is a risk for a bump. And I've got no vision down here. I've been looking for some sort of like province that has cheap scouts, so I don't have to use my cap to do it, but so far no luck. So what you want to do is you do want to have hold and attack closest, and it's super unfortunate because when they're peppering this line, they could be shooting at when they'll aim for the middle, and they could hit the commander. Unfortunately, my commander has 21 defense, so the arrows will almost always hit his shield. But we can kind of remedy that a little bit by going up here and moving this guy a bit forward. So now that they can either shoot at him, or they can shoot at the center here, keeping him safe. And these guys are slower than these guys. So these guys will always hit anyone further away, and since they'll still be shooting when they start moving, these guys will reach them before these 5 guys. And if I'm against an attack rear person, this will stop it unless they're flyers, and then I just straight up lose this. So it might actually be better to go guard. That way they can take the first charge if it's the flyers, those samurai birds, and then these guys can kind of turn around and collapse around them. I don't know if this guy will survive. He does have 21 defense, so that's a big plus, and 26 hit points. But if they hit him through his shield, they got what, 20 some damage or something like that. This guy's just gonna rout instantly. But that's a risk I'm going to take. You have to play to succeed, not play to not lose. And sometimes that'll cause you to lose, but in my experience, not almost all the time, most of the time it has given me a lot of success. Just be aware that there's going to be a lot of archer fire. You could, if you're really worried, go like this and go skirmish mode, but you're really going to take archer hits that way. There is one other thing you can do for attack rear. It's pretty interesting. So let's go attack. I've done this quite a bit to success. It's actually never not worked for me, but I know it's possible to actually not work. I stick this guy here. I stick this guy here. Go hold and attack closest, and then I go on these guys here. Hold and attack closest. Now attack rear. Sorry, this guy and his crew are in the way, so let's pretend they're not even here. So what'll happen if they go and attack rear, they're going to focus these guys, and then these guys will turn around and help them. Now the problem with that is that this guy will be left open, and if there's someone scripted here, they'll just walk across and attack him. But most of the time, by the time they actually get walking there, the melee units will take out the attack rear flyers, and it'll kill them. So I think I'm actually going to do that. That might be a smarter bet. I'm going to go like this and go just guard commander. And yeah. So there we go. Again, that's not ideal. Maybe I shouldn't be attacking this one. But I would like to get this border figured out ASAP. And then this one, I've got 22 units, which I need to rescript properly because I moved that guy around to show you guys the thing. But that's pretty much my turn. No marks were picked up, just contracts are ending. This was the new news, and yeah, thanks for watching.